Welcome. My name is Brenda Lainoff of brendalainoff.com. I am intuitive. I work with people in their health and their business. I'm a coach, and I work with a multitude of modalities and, to help people as to the relationships, as to their health. And that's what I love to do. And as today is, well, it's Valentine's Day. And I thought, well, this is a good time to just, do a heart wall clearing, talk to people about what a heart wall is, and then work with a few people in the group. So just to give you some background, so I'm a certified emotion code and body code practitioner as taught by Dr. Bradley Nelson for the last 15 some years. So I've been doing this a long time. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of people. I don't know how many, and you kind of lose count over the years in different parts of the world. And I do this remotely, so I rarely have seen people in person. It's perfect. People all over the world, from Australia to New Zealand to Singapore. So it's a lot of fun. And I have a background of working in corporate for over 30 years, lived in international countries in Kazakhstan, El Monte, Kazakhstan, and La Paz, Bolivia. So, and then I'm Canadian, living presently in Alberta. And I mean, you never know where you get guided in the future, but this is where I'm at now, raised in Alberta. And so anyways, we are going to talk about the heart wall. So I just want to explain what the heck I'm talking about. So as taught by Dr. Bradley Nelson, it's all about the heart wall. So you may have heard this language before, but I'm just going to repeat it. So have you ever been injured emotionally? Have you ever felt that emotional heaviness in your chest, like your heart's breaking? Did you know that the physical heart has 5,000 times higher frequencies in the body, of the entire body? So the heart is the center of your being, and research indicates that the heart may be a second brain, a brain more powerful than the one on top of your shoulders, a brain that is fully activated when you are giving and receiving pure love and acts of pure unselfish devotion. It is through our heart that we give and receive love. But let's face it, our hearts can be broken, emotionally injured, and sometimes trapped emotions are created in the body. And sometimes these trapped emotions, they lodge right in this heart area. So we do know that not all things are pure energy by their nature. So a trapped emotion is no different, and it consists of pure energy. Well, sometimes your subconscious mind will take that extra energy that is now in the heart area, and it will literally make a wall with it. So why does it do that? It does that to protect your heart from injury, to keep your heart from being totally broken. So the interesting thing about heart walls is that they can affect us in several ways. First, they can block the heart energy flowing through the body, and it does make it more difficult for the body to heal. It can cause physical symptoms, particularly in the neck, upper shoulder, and back, and it can block us from fully opening our hearts to others. We've got this wall, and I certainly have had my wall up at certain times. But what it does, it makes you numb. It makes you numb to others, and it makes it more difficult for you to feel emotions and connect. And you don't realize that you have this heart wall. So what I'm going to be working with a few people, and today I'm concentrating on the heart wall as to relationships. And another point in time, I may look as heart wall as to your business. Today, it's Valentine's Day. And, you know, we want the pure love. We want to be the best that we can. There's a lot of chaos in the world, and that can affect us as well. So the more that we can clear out our heart wall, the more we're going to be attracting the right people to us. Well, that could affect us as having the healthy relationships with friends, family, and hey, clients as well. So let's look as to the heart wall and see what's going on. So I muscle test. Now, I don't know if you are all familiar with muscle testing, but it's like kinesiology, and we all can do it. And I teach this in my one-to-one sessions. And I'll tell you later in our time together how to get in contact with me and to get you muscle testing as well. Also, for everybody that's on the call today, that books a session later on, I'm going to send you my ebook that I created a few years ago, all the various ways as to muscle testing. So anyways, let's get to it. And again, we're going to be talking about the heart wall. So through a process of muscle testing, yes, no, or sway test where I go forward, yes, or no, yes, no. I'm connecting with my subconscious. So they say we operate on about, 90% on a subconscious level and about 10% on a conscious level. And it is like so true. You do things automatically. For example, this is one good example I have. Say like you're driving and you just realized you pulled into your garage and you do not even remember so much about like how you even got there. It's just like your subconscious is just guiding you because your mind, you just weren't really there. So our subconscious is actually very, very powerful. So at any rate, so I'm just going to start at the top here. And Sandra, so same old patterns of unhealthy relationships. So Sandra, I'm going to have you unmute if you want to unmute with me, and we're going to see what's going on. So again, heart walls can create a lot of issues, and they can affect us as to all types of healthy relationships. So Sandra, if you want to open up and unmute, and oh, okay, good. Okay, so, or Sandy. Okay, so what I want you to do is to work with me, and I'm going to be asking you to think about your heart wall. Now, when I talk about a heart wall, it can actually be a wall that you can see, like in your mind. And some people think their wall is made out of a certain material. So you just let your mind go to whatever you feel your heart wall is made out of. Perhaps it's made out of brick, cement. Nobody can get through. So tell me what you think your heart wall is made out of, and then we're just going to go from there.
I'm picturing like a cotton ball, like the cotton all around.
Okay. And is it a high cotton ball wall?
Pardon me?
How high is your wall?
I see it as being thick, like dense around it. Yeah, like a few inches within.
A few inches deep?
An inch, like I see the roundness of with the cotton and just circling that heart.
Okay.
just, yeah, insulating the heart.
Okay, great. So through a process of muscle testing, I'm going to intuit what is that heart wall, that trapped emotion is contributing to the heart walls. So I work with Dr. Nelson's emotion coach Heart, and in my personal one-to-one sessions, I'll have you work with me. I'll teach you also how to muscle test and to work with it so you can work on yourself and on help other people. So I will demonstrate how to do that. So now, Sandy, I'm going to be checking in about this wall that you just described. It's this cotton ball. It's thick and dense around you. And I'm just going to be intuiting and asking, what is that trapped emotion that's contributing to your heart wall that's adding to this cotton ball wall? So I'm just asking here, I'm getting that connection with Creator now. Yes. So you see me moving forward. This is a yes. And I'm asking, so, okay, so Creator, is this then this connection with Sandy? I'm asking what it is. And Sandy, I know that you muscle test. You're welcome to do that with me or not. Up to you. But I'm just going to check in. Okay. Okay, the first word that comes up to me for you is betrayal. When I check in, well, when did this betrayal energy come in for Sandy? I'm getting about 18 years of age. So what was going on that you can say publicly at 18 years of age?
I was engaged and he was cheating on me.
Wow,
So
that's
the engagement ended.
no kidding.
I found somebody better after that, but
but it broke your heart. So we're just going to go through a process. Now I'm going to be clearing for you. And there's various ways to do that. And again, there's various ways of clearing. It's in my ebook. But I'm going to be working the way that Dr. Nelson teaches. And I'm going to be working over the meridian. This is one way. And I'm going to be clearing and asking Creator to clear out this heart wall emotion of betrayal for Sandy. And everybody else in here with intention, I'm asking that this energy of betrayal also be cleared for everybody here and then on the replay. Clearing the heart wall emotion of betrayal for everyone here. Okay. Oh, and if you see me yawning, it's just ignore that. It's just what I do, energy releasing. Okay, great. So now I'm going to be checking in for Sandy and asking, hey, has that heart wall emotion of betrayal, has it now been cleared? I'm getting yes. We're going to move on and see, well, what else is contributing to this wall, this cotton ball wall of Sandy? So now I'm checking in, and I'm checking in with my my chart, and I'm asking for assistance from Creator as to where I go and what that is. Okay, so okay, I'm getting some, oh, excuse me, a heart wall emotion of vulnerability. Vulnerability. Now, when I ask, okay, I'm not getting that it's your vulnerability, but you're picking up on it. Yes. So it's not your vulnerability, but it's like you're absorbing it. So
okay.
now I'm asking, well, do we need to know who you're absorbing it from? I'm getting yes. So I want you to think about some people close to you And you don't need to say their names, but you can ask, is it this person? Is it this? Is it that person? But I'm getting the vulnerability, and I'm feeling that you are unknowingly absorbing this. So when you find the person and that, let me know, and let's see.
I believe it's my mother.
Okay, so let's check in. And so you can say so let's just check in, and we're asking, is that truth? Is it Sandy's mother, this vulnerability? And I'm getting yes. So yes, you are. Okay, so perfect. So anybody else is feeling and resonating with this heart-wall emotion of vulnerability, we're asking Creator to please clear it out. So it has its own frequency and its own energy, each of these heart-wall emotions. So we're asking, let's please go ahead and clearing out all this heart-wall emotion of vulnerability. And with intention, let's ask also to clear it out, Sandy, for your mother. All this heart-wall emotion of vulnerability is cleared out now. Okay, clearing it now. And giving gratitude. Good. And really, you just do this for as long as you feel guided. There's no set amount. All we got to do is so many times. So now I'm asking, has this now been cleared? I'm not going to get this cleared yet, Sandy. I think that's going to take some time.
Okay.
I'm getting about 2 days. Now that may lessen within time, but yeah, I'm getting about 2 days right now is what I'm being told. So that's
Okay.
fine. Whatever,
Mhm.
was good.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so let's go ahead and ask. Okay, well, we're just going to leave that one alone and ask if there's another heart wall emotion that Sandy can safely release, because you got to check in. Your body can handle so much, and then it goes, no, I'm done. So, and to be honest, I'm getting that's as far as we can go with you, which is interesting. And maybe it's due to the fact that this one is going to take 2 days to clear. So
Mhm.
let's have you go back and tell us, what does that heart wall, if things have changed at all with this cotton ball heart wall for just what we did, for just what we did right now. So if I can have you just go back and check if things have changed, not changed, and let us know.
Just loosening up so more can get through.
Okay, so it's
Not as
loose.
tight.
Okay, super. So things are changing. The energy is changing. Awesome. Not as tight.
And 2
Okay.
days ago, my mom just said to me, don't do the same thing I always did with my relationships.
It's she just before Valentine's Day.
2 days ago when we chatted.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Isn't that interesting how synchronicity?
Mhm.
So cool. Okay. Well, we're just going to mute you now. So that definitely gives people an idea of how this works. And the thing is that it's visual. You can see it. And that's the fun part of working with these heart walls. So I am going to have everybody mute here. Okay, good. Just the background noise. Okay, so next, let's just see here. I'm just going to go to chat, and then we'll see what comes up. And okay, so let's see here. I feel it, and next one that came up, Susan, I feel invisible at times to potential partners. Yes. And doesn't it make sense? I know I was working with a client yesterday, and it's just like this affects us in so many ways. So if we're having relationship issues with partners, that can also be business. I mean, it affects everything about us. So it's just not all the time personal relationships, but as I mentioned before, it would be kind of fun just to look as to the business and see heart wall as to the business. So perhaps, like I say, we'll do set that up as to another time. So, okay, Susan, so you can unmute now and you see how that process went with Sandy. And then let me know what your wall, if you were to envision a wall, and I'm going to give an example that I used to give years ago, because I grew up on a farm. We used to have corral fencing. It was like to keep your hands, keeps everything in. So that's the first thing that came to my mind was, well, yeah, my heart wall's made out of corral fencing. It can be absolutely anything. There's no judgment, no right or wrong, good or bad. It can be whatever. So what's your heart wall made out of?
First thing came to my mind was concrete.
Okay, and how thick is it?
I want to say like a foot,
One.
like a standard, those concrete blocks.
Okay.
It might be a little less. It might be less than a foot, but
All
not
right.
not as thin as a brick, for example, like 2 bricks wide.
2 bricks wide. And how high is it? Is it above your head or?
Yes, it's above my head. I'm gonna just go with the flow here. I got the word 14 in my mind.
You go with the
Okay.
flow. So 14 feet high.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting, I think.
Yeah, it's a good high wall. Okay, let's go see what's going on. So we are going to look as to this. So just getting that connection first, you're just connecting here from Sandy and asking Creator, just can you connect with Susan, getting that connection? Yes. So I'm asking Creator, okay, what is it? What is that heart wall emotion that Susan is holding on to that's related to this concrete, concrete wall? So I'm checking in for Susan and asking what that might be. It's interesting. Sometimes you have to add the word hidden because it doesn't want us to find it. The subconscious doesn't want to go there. So, because when I asked him, just now, it's just like, no. But when you go hidden, I even add hidden. Okay, we're going to find you because for some reason, the subconscious just wants to protect you. And of course, we sometimes, it almost feels like sometimes we need a wall to put up, but then ultimately, we need to take it down and move on. But, so heart walls can come back, just so that, I mean, we can clear it, but if something happens, might get triggered, I find that they can return. So it's something that you want to be on top of. And I definitely teach that. My one-to-one calls, have you muscle chest, send you the chart. We'll work together making sure that you're clearing it as well. So it's just not about me doing this. It's about empowering other people to also do the same. Okay, so now I'm just, again, asking for Susan, what is this heart wall emotion and this hidden? So you can't see what's going on here, but I'm just going to verbalize. Is it in column A? Yes, it is. Is it in an odd row? Yes, it is. Is it in a heart wall emotion of abandonment, of betrayal, of forlorn, of lost? I'm getting lost. So the first thing that's coming up here is a heart wall of lost. Now I want to be checking in. So when did this come in for Susan? At about 28 years of age. Does anything come to your mind when you're about 28 years of age? And if not, that's okay. I'm just getting something is coming up at 28 years of age. And let me know what you get.
I am not sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. And I'm just going to go check further here because again, I'm not getting that it's your energy of lost. So I'm asking, well, did you absorb it? Oh, okay. What I'm getting and what I'm picking up on, this was more of a loss, but it's more like on the collective level. So I'm getting more that on the collective conscious level. So it's on a collective level. And when I ask further, this being lost, I feel this is also, it's triggering you. So it's like this being lost at a universal collective level, and it's like triggering you is what I'm hearing. Yeah. So it could be like a
I
world.
had a big depression then. I think there was some depression going on.
Depression. Yeah. Okay. And was it due to, I mean, I don't know if you want to check with me, Susan, but was this due to a world event? This is what I'm hearing. But check with me on
Okay.
that. There's something happening on a collective level that you picked up on. It wasn't so much yours, but where you picked up on it is what I'm getting. So I'm hearing the word a world event. So something was happening, like whatever, was along some
I know
time
that there
ago.
was the election. There was an election, and that's when I started waking up.
Oh,
In
interesting.
like around then, 92. I don't know. I feel like that was more 29, but it's in the close to that.
That's
I remember
interesting.
feeling really, I was picking up that, who was elected, that couple was not good.
Right.
And I was very, very, very sorrowful about it. And I had no idea how bad it was until later, but I feel like that was sort of my beginning of like waking up.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
In the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I remember I was in a wedding, one of my friends from college, and I remember I was very depressed before that. That was more 91. Oh, yeah, it was 91. And I just remember being very depressed, and I had to work at overcoming that. And I figured out that my lithium, but from a hair test, was super low. So I worked on it with homeopathics, and it brought me out of that. But I remember I was like weeping depressed. I mean, we all have feelings at times, but this was, and to the point where the person who I was standing up for her wedding was saying, "Are you okay? Because I can't have you like that at my wedding." So she was ready to kick me out. I haven't been depressed like that since, but I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was between that, but well, it wasn't, but the election definitely, I remember feeling that, oh my Lord.
Yeah, the heaviness of the heart.
The heaviness.
Okay. Well, we're going to do a clearing here today. So for everyone that's feeling some heaviness within their heart, you may be resonating with this as well, that heaviness, the depression. And it may be from the collective. We're picking up a lot from the collective now. We just have to turn on the TV and we can get triggered. So it's really important to be able to do these clearings often, daily, ideally, of course. And that's something I like to share in my one-to-one sessions. Okay, so let's do it. We're going to be asking Creator to please clear anywhere that you resonate with that frequency of depression. Now, it could be depression that was picked up from the collective, from others that you share, that you absorb it. So anywhere at all, maybe some preconception depression. Maybe your ancestors had the depression, most likely, as we're human beings. So let's just go ahead. We're asking Creator to go, please, and identify all those areas of depression. Maybe you're holding it in your organs and glands and tissues and blood and bone marrow. All those areas that hold that frequency and vibration of depression. We're asking to please clear it now. For everyone here. Now, this is one way that Dr. Bradley Nelson shows how to do it, but you can also douse it out. So there's various ways. All the depression. And we just want to give our gratitude to Creator. Like, thank God, thank you, thank you, thank you. And just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh. And while we're at it, let's just download some joy. Joyfulness, my goodness, let's bring it in, replacing all that energy of depression. It's Valentine's Day. And it's not just Valentine's Day that we need to feel joyfulness, but I'm going to suggest for everyone, clear out the depression. It may not even be yours, but you're absorbing it, you're sharing it. It could be sent to you, it could be a saboteur sending it to you. Clear out that
Oh, that's
depression.
possible.
Clear it out. And let's download and replace it with that healing frequency of joyfulness. It's downloading it now through your trillions of cells of joyfulness. It's downloading that now. Filling up those spaces. We need to fill it up, up, raising our frequency and vibration. Downloading that in. So just envisioning all those spaces and places of where that depression energy has been cleared, and then downloading this joyfulness, energy of joy, of love. Let's download love. That's that highest frequency and vibration is love. Nothing is higher. So downloading that love energy frequency. Now I am going to suggest that we do this daily, including myself. Downloading that now. Oh, that feels so much better. Various ways that you can do it. I'm dowsing. You can download whatever feels right. Prayer. There's no right or wrong. Okay, good. So I'm going to have you check in, Susan, on that and see if things have changed, shifted or not.
Yeah, I feel lighter. Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's going to keep processing and just being more aware of, importing joy.
Yeah.
Like working regularly at removing the sorrow, the depression, and all that, and making the room for the joy to come in.
Right. It's almost like, you know how they say, get your little sticky, put it by your laptop, or I really believe we need to do that. Like,
Yeah,
we want to make it simple. Like, there's just so much information out there and it can just make us go crazy. So just like, okay, Creator, God, show me what's very, very simple that I can do. And I'm finding that this works, just bringing it in. We want to clear out the negative stuff, bring in the
clearing that out
positive
is
stuff.
really making that space is important. Yeah, for sure.
And giving ourselves permission to do it. It could be like, oh no, I'm not going to do it. I just don't feel like it, or whatever we do. Just giving ourselves permission. It's safe for you to work on yourself. You deserve to work on yourself. We deserve to feel good. We deserve to feel healthy. We deserve to be abundant. We deserve to have joyfulness. And it goes on and on and on. We deserve that. Why are we here on earth? Of course, it's no accident. We deserve to have that. It's not meant to be depressed and sorrow and feeling rejected. It's just like, okay, we're human beings. we'll figure it out, and like what we're doing today. So yeah, that's great. So that gives you an example, and just see how you're doing. I feel also that that will work, not just for yourself, but some other people in here as well. So yeah, thanks.
Wonderful.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming on
Thank
and
you.
giving an example of that. Okay, so let's see, we got time for one more. And I know we can hate our job and you feel like you're hurting by staying at it, even though it pays the bills. Get it, been there, done that. I understand that. And so, you know what I'm thinking? We can work with a heart wall. Let's do that, Jennifer. If you want to open up, if you can open up from mute, let's look at that. Are you
Hi,
there?
Brenda.
Hi.
Yes.
Okay. So when you think about work, and because it's all like work and relationships, it really is intermixed. Tell me what your wall would be, the material. Like what would you comes to your mind? It might seem crazy, but whatever. It can be a cotton ball, it can be anything. What does your wall look like?
Mine's kind of gooey and sticky, and like if you stick your finger and it kind of pulls back and it pulls you back in, like kind of weird like that.
Okay.
Mushy.
Mushy, gooey, all with sticky. Okay. And yeah, I feel like you've had this for about 30 years is what I'm getting. Okay. So anything in information you want to share about what's going on? Is it just your work, or is there, I don't know, is there relationships involved too or not, or just asking?
Well, when you said 30, I was getting 30 or 35 years back. And
Okay.
one thing about work is that when I was in my early 20s, I took in my mom to take care of her financially because she became disabled and wasn't able to work. And I think that I protected her more than me when it came to just life. And I think my life
Right.
decisions changed very abruptly. And one of the reasons I don't like my job is that I'm afraid to leave it because then I can't support her.
Yeah.
And I made that promise I would take care of her. And
Right. Gee, that's a tough position.
speechless.
Yeah. Gee, what a tough position. So hard. And I'm sure she doesn't want to be a burden to anybody. I mean, I would feel the same way, for my kids. So you just don't want to be a burden. And gee, that's tough. Okay. So, but at the same time, doesn't it make sense? Like if you raise your frequency and vibration, you know what? That's going to automatically help your mother as well.
Yes.
Really? Well,
Yes.
yeah, like it will. So it's just like you can't lose by doing any of this. Okay, so we know that your wall is gooey, sticky, and mushy. So okay, let's go see what's going on. So I'm just gonna disconnect from who I was working with, and with Susan, and just making that connection. And if you're unsure how to do that, I also show you in that 1-to-1. So just making that connection here with Jennifer. So good. So I feel like we're good and strong. And I'm going to be asking for Jennifer, what is that trapped, heart wall emotion that is related to this? Let me just see what comes up. So I'm just checking in. Is truth. So is it anything here in column A? Is that no? As to column B, yes. Odd row, no. Even, yes. So we're looking at row 2, no. Row 4, no. Row, yeah, I'm getting 6, row 6. So when you see the chart, you'll know what I'm talking about with column B, row 6, and typically affects the glands and the sexual organs. So I'm asking, is this a heart wall emotion, a pride truth? Is that I'm actually getting yes. A pride. So heart wall of pride. Now, let's just see here. Is there anything more that we need to know about? Actually, I'm getting yes. So I feel like sometimes you just got to dig deeper, and I'm getting, yeah, there's that heart wall of pride, and there's something else that's going related to that. And I'm asking, so what's I'm getting attached to that is also unworthiness, unworthy. Okay, so there's several of them, and unworthy and pride is really coming up, the two of them at the same time. And so let me just see this pride and unworthy. Oh, you know what I'm getting, and I'm just gonna, if anybody here could, yeah, I'm actually getting, this is related to your father. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but I'm getting that there's something here in regards to your father. So is this his heart wall of pride and unworthiness? But he also has that in his energy field of pride and unworthy. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so let's just check in. Is your father, is he, at a soul level, is he ready to release all of his pride and unworthiness? I'm not getting a yes on that. Does that make sense to you? Like I'm feeling like a soul level, he's not ready to let that go or to clear it, heal it, which is, not everybody's ready to do the work. Right. Even if they're here or in, they've crossed over, healing still needs to be done. But I'm getting like, no. And so like, okay, each to their own, because it's true. I mean, you can't force people to do things. They have to be willing. But what it does is it's affecting you because
Right.
you're linked. So what we want to do is let's go ahead and for everybody here too, if you happen to muscle test yourself. Oh, am I holding on to that heart wall emotion of pride of unworthy? Maybe it's yours, maybe you absorbed it, maybe you're sharing it, maybe it is from the collective, and that could be part of your heart wall, so you can ask those questions. So let's just go here and we're asking God to please clear all of this heart wall emotion of pride and unworthy. So everywhere that you're holding on to this frequency, for everybody here now and in the replay, this heart wall emotion of pride and unworthy, we're asking please to clear it now. And anyone that you're connected to, whether they're here on earth or they've transitioned, if they're open and ready and willing and feeling deserving, they also, please help them clear out their pride and their unworthiness. So if they're, again, open and ready and willing and feeling deserving, maybe they just didn't feel deserved to let it go. So they're asking please to clear it now. Anywhere where you are holding on or you are linked to anyone and everyone that's holding on to those frequencies of pride and unworthiness, which could be a lot of people for all of us. There's a lot of walking wounded souls from what I see out there on earth right now. Let's just go ahead and clearing it now, and then clear it the way that you want to clear it. Ooh, boy, this is a big one. I have a sense we're not just doing that for us. I have a sense we're helping the collective. Maybe that's why I did this call today, is just, it's not only about demonstrating for us, but we are helping on a collective level. So yeah, that's just what came to me now. That wasn't my intention, but I'm sensing my pendulum is just spinning. Like I am literally watching it. I'm not I'm holding on to it, just letting it, do its thing. So there's various ways as he teaches. You can work with the magnet over your head or your fingertips, as they're also energetic. And then I combine with my dowsing. Now see, everything is slowed down. So cool. So we're going to be asking, is that now, and I feel, again, this is going to be sort of ongoing, but as I'm going to open it up for the group, has anybody else noticed that they had that energy in their field of pride and unworthiness? Sandy, did that come up for you? And Ronald? Yeah, whoever wants to talk.
Yeah, I wrote down the past does not equal the future. Just, growing up with paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, sometimes that can give you that feeling of unworthiness. And my dad always sabotaged himself. So, and lots of yawning during this session, lots and lots of yawning.
Yeah, and interesting. So we probably all have, what would we do? I'm sure we all have this in our system. So what about you, Ronald? What did that come up for you?
I felt there came up a piece of the pride of my mother in my heart area, and when releasing that is not of mine, I could connect to my own pride that before I could not connect to.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, it's working with our parents, and then of course, then they could be connected to whatever and whomever. So that's great. And I like to say, if they're, at a soul level, they probably, I mean, who wouldn't want help for the most part? Like, really? But maybe they don't feel deserving that they, and I think that's a huge part of it. Oh, I don't deserve to be abundant. I don't deserve to be healthy, or whatever it is. So this is, yeah, that's really good. So while I have you here, oh, sorry, I'm just gonna be, before I move on, yeah. So Jennifer, keep track of that, and I will go back to you, Jennifer, for a minute here, and I'll come back to you, Ronald. So Jennifer, has anything changed with your gooey, sticky, mushy heart wall? Is it the same?
It's hard again.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah, it's like it's returned to hard,
Huh.
secure.
Oh, I
It's
see.
not
That's how
sticky
you're
anymore.
looking. Oh, it's secure. It's not like all over. Gee, that's so interesting. And isn't it interesting how it was actually related to your father?
Yeah, that was a surprise. And I
Yeah.
when you think about paying bills, I never thought if I quit my job and then, I don't know where the money would come from to pay the bills. I never thought that as being, I would feel unworthy about that. And my dad did have financial stuff before my mom and dad got divorced, and he moved into anger and got, so yeah, I just never made that connection, and pride would have never popped up for me. Selfishness, maybe. Because I
Right.
felt selfish myself, that if I do what I think is good for me, which is leave my job, then I'm being selfish because that's going to hurt other people. And it's like, oh,
And what I find that more that I'm learning and growing is that we got so many programs running in us, how we should do this, link to this, the pharmaceutical program, the educational program, the government program, and so on, so on, so on. So financial program. Is that we don't even realize it. So the more we can disconnect and unravel from those programs, is going to open up energy and allow more light to come in. But because our ancestors, our parents have their own programs, and then they're linked to other, goes on and on and on. So this is what I'm finding for myself. So yeah, that's great. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, you're welcome. And I just have to see what time, we're getting really close to the hour. So I think I'm just going to open it up. Anybody who wants to chat, just go ahead. And before I open it up, So what I've decided to do, and I do like the idea, or what came up, I was guided to, is that when we're doing this, we're also helping the collective, and it's so desperately needed. We all know that, or otherwise we wouldn't even be here today. So, yeah, so when we do the work, we are helping, and with this intention, like, okay, whatever I clear on myself, I'm going to clear on the collective. Like, we need help. We need our angels out there, all of us, to do what we can do. So, so what I'm going to mention here, and I'll post in this Facebook group replay, I'm going to do a 30-minute session. What did I say, for $33? So it's actually really good deal for what I normally charge. So if you want to do that, then yeah, let's meet and get you strong. I'll send you also my ebook on muscle testing. You know, I've had 3 near-death experiences. I've had a cardiac arrest. I broke my right hip. Oh, you guys, I broke my right hip and I shattered my right elbow February the 14th, 2019. Maybe that's another reason why I did this call. Like, don't take me to a dog park. I'm not interested. So those 2 that accident was like 3 years ago. And I didn't think I was going to make it because my blood pressure just shot right through the roof. 2 surgeries within a 3-month period. Found a huge tumor the size of an orange on my adrenal gland. I should have been gone. It should have been dead. It's a miracle. And it was my miracle dog, Jet, who I believe made sure I had the accident, or otherwise they wouldn't have found this adrenal gland when they were fixing my hip. Anyways, it's a story. So here I am, 3 years ago today, and I'm doing this work. I should have been gone. I should have been gone. Those 2 surgeries within 3-month period of time. There's no way I should have survived that. But here I am. So we need to step up. Let's help the collective. Let's do our part. We're here for a reason. I know I am, and obviously everybody else is as well, or else we wouldn't be here. So yeah, if you're interested, and I will say 30 minutes, $33 to send you my ebook. And I think I'll throw in a couple of audios. I have a library of audios. I take people into a virtual med bed, and I've done this many, many times, and for healing. And with 30 years corporate, there's just so much that we can do. It's just a lot of fun. So you can tell me what you would like. Oh, Brenda, I'd like an audio on maybe help you with your business, or maybe that other audio you're talking about. Maybe if you got something there on a bacteria, oh, maybe we can look at that. Maybe there's some bacteria audio that I feel guided to send you. Been working with pathogenic energy for many years, trained on the top 350 pathogens. So there's just so many things that we can do and look at. So anyways, this gives you a sample of how to work with the heart wall. I think we need to step up. We need to do our work, do our part, and just forget about not good enough or not feeling worthy or deserving. Old stories, done. Step up and support one another and move on. So thank you for being here today. I'll have the replay be posted in Healing Healers Health and Business, Healing Healers Pathogenics, and then my main Facebook group as well. Okay, and yeah, if you have any questions, please go ahead and you can email me at laneoff49@gmail.com. So it's just with 1 F. Also, my website is BrendaLaneoff with 1 F.com. So there you go. So take care, and yeah, thank you for coming on, and thank you for opening up and sharing your stories, because when we do this, we're really helping I don't know how many people, and you're being vulnerable and sharing, and that's what we need to do so that other people also heal, and we can move on and help heal the earth. There's so many good things that we can do. So I'm going to leave it there. And thank you for coming in. I'm just going to stop this recording and we can chat afterwards.